Oh, sup guys, you gonna go give me a great musician? Yes, I suppose it's worth saying that musicians as well as making a song can be used to, yeah sure, why not? I know I'm a great leader, mate. Yep, he just gave me his musician and added on 180 tourism to me. So you can use great musicians to basically tourism bomb an enemy. So I could go to either England or thingy, the Ottomans, and just bombard them with great musicians. And I'll do that in a bit actually. Let's check what the tourism gain's like. "68 turns, 50 turns." So I'm gonna win either way, but yeah. Oh, it's you again. Okay, that means I'm gonna get yelled at again in one turn. Go on, yell at me. It's still so good every time, like that animation of just whacking his hand across the screen. God damn it, stop killing my spies! That's my spy! The hell is wrong with you? You don't kill spies, god damn it! You're a jerk! Right, so at this point, let's just start buying some great musicians, and let's go and beat him over the face with my culture. Because we've won now, we just need to pass like about 50 turns max. But we're just going to speed up a little bit just by sending over our dudes like this. You do need to have open borders to be able to send them in though. I can buy one more with my current faith. Yeah, because we have not been pushing faith that hard this game, so we haven't actually got that much to spend. If we were really pushing faith, like if we had...
There's a basic principle about consumer electronics. It gets more powerful all the time, and it gets cheaper all the time.
Like, if we had access to, like, if I bothered to take that one that would have given us more faith at every world wonder we had, then we would probably have been able to make, like, an extra one or two of these guys. Well, I can't even make another one at the moment, actually. Never mind. Ooh, cultural heritage sites. That I like. That's exactly what I want to pass. Yep, like that pass. Oh, the Ottomans have gone order. God damn it. My turn to make a proposal. International games, because this is a tourism game. 100% extra tourism for 20 turns, and free social policy, and then everything else is just plain happiness. I don't think the game will actually last this long, but we may as well give it a shot. Alright, let's go and see if we can trade open borders with these guys. Because we need it. Wait, we have open borders. Why couldn't I go into your land then? I don't know. Hey, I knew it would. Everyone loves it. Yeah, everyone loves it. Everyone wants some international games. Let's do this. Hey, great writer. Well, may as well, screw it, great work. I mean, there's nothing to spend social policies on.
The most precious thing in life is its uncertainty. Leaving something incomplete makes it interesting and gives one the feeling that there is room for growth.
Like, there's literally no point, like, actually spending him in the more productive way of getting an extra social policy, because I don't need them. I may as well just have the extra tourism. I mean, why not? Oh, we found another city-state. Didn't even know it existed. Yeah, well, you know what, let's have a zoo. Yeah, zoos, everyone loves zoos. I know everyone loves it. Everyone loves games. You want gold? I'll give you gold. I mean, wait, what was it? Cotton for gems? Yeah, that's what it was. I'm not paying attention. Right, let's keep giving my places food. Alright, you play him a concert. Wait, I gave you that to the wrong person. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, let's get another person. That was Constantinople. I'm an idiot. Alright, where's the great musician? Let's go back. Let's send him over.
Wars may be fought with weapons, but they are won by men. It is the spirit of the men who follow and of the man who leads that gains the victory.
Ah, we got another great musician. Okay. Well, then let's send both of these over. Yes, that was well timed. I think the game just pitied the fact I wasted it, and it's like, yeah, I'll just have one. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Well, I may as well make Brandenburg Gate, I suppose, since we're going there anyway. We're not gonna go to war. What don't you understand about Gandhi? Ottoman. Don't go to war. I mean, war? To spy on me, that's the one. Wow, I must be really tired.
Korkunç, mağlup oldum. Sakalım ve göbeğim aşkına bu nasıl olabildi?
Like he's like, yeah. That arm movement. He's like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, he killed me. Whatever. Yeah, of course we're gonna work with you, mate. Everyone in this ward's gonna love me.
As soon as men decide that all means are permitted to fight an evil, then their good becomes indistinguishable from the evil that they set out to destroy.
So it's worth mentioning that after that I just learnt dynamite. By doing so, this great wall that I have now, this thing that was stopping people from treading twice in my land, that's now destroyed. That's now been obsoleted. When you discover dynamite, it obsoletes the Great Wall tech. So my wonder is now useless. So it's only useful until you discover it. But like I said, you can kind of go through the majority of the game without having it. Because if I was to go for like the internet there, it doubles my tourism gain. As you can see, I don't actually need to have radar for that. It's just that radar is the one I'm actually going to reach soon, and actually will maybe work before I win. But I didn't need to get that, which means I didn't need to get dynamite. So if I was going purely for tourism and didn't care about the airports, I could keep the Great Wall throughout the entire game. But if you want to get stuff like radar and the stuff down this tree, then you would eventually have to get dynamite to destroy the Great Wall. And it is the person who has the Great Wall who discovers it, not anyone else. Like the attacker, knowing dynamite isn't enough to reduce damage from it.
Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England?
Or to be able to move better, rather. And yeah, it doesn't make much sense, but whatever. I like working with people, mate. I like working with people. Stop being jerks. I know that she's annoyed all of you, but come on, it's England. I mean, we've annoyed everyone again with, you know, that whole thing everybody knows about now. You know, annoyed all of Europe and stuff, but still England, people are still gonna let it go. Oh wow. Okay. Yeah, Bismarck just built the Battenberg Gate. You know what though, I don't mind, because I mean I didn't need it anyway. Like, that's fine, it's just kind of funny, but it happened. I wasn't actually expecting it. Whoa, okay. It would be funny if she just declared war on me just to murder this guy. Like, absolutely just murder him. He's just surrounded by an entire army. He's just gonna play, like, just a cool tune while surrounded by an army. And we're all just gonna love it. It'll be great. You'll have the most hype song in the world. Is England's army, you ready to rock? No, I am not going to war against Elizabeth. I'm not going to go to war against her when my guy is surrounded by her entire army. That would be so bad. Just imagine that, like, do you want to go to war? Okay, and then it's Elizabeth's turn. Instantly just pounded on. Hey, Golden Age. How long until I win then? Hey, Theodora's also gone freedom. Good on you, babe. I knew you would. You and me are pals for life.
The unleashed power of the atom has changed everything, save our modes of thinking, and we thus drift towards unparalleled catastrophe. Progress is the realization of utopias.
We found the Great Barrier Reef. Okay. So we've got one more person, so you can go and... You know what? I don't need you for anywhere, so, yeah, you go and just be with our pal. Because, yeah, Theodora's awesome. We're just gonna be pals with her for life. Just be like, aren't you already dominant with us? Yeah, but I just wanted to hang out. And then she'd be like, oh, that's great. Yes, this is quite a, it's just a really long map, this one. Like, we almost touch sides here. That's interesting. Come on, then, how am I doing? 28 turns, 39 turns. Okay. Wait, why am I building the Manhattan Project? I don't want to make nukes. I know that Gandhi is known for nuking people in the fourth game, but, you know, it's not actually like a thing that's supposed to have happened. It was just a bug.
Would you be interested in a trade agreement with England?
I suppose I should mention that, in case you're not aware of it. Gandhi was given the lowest possible score for willingness to use nuclear weapons and fight and stuff like that in the game in Civilization 4. And then there was a policy you could get in the game that would lower all the AI's chance to go to war with you and to use nuclear weapons, stuff like that. And as a result, since his was so low to begin with, it actually underflowed and put it up to the maximum possible like number that the game could use. And so every single thing that he could possibly use nuclear weapons for, he then used nuclear weapons for. I still haven't actually seen any video showing that yet. I probably should look it up because it sounds funny. I just heard it mentioned, and yeah, that is something that's... Whoa! England! What the hell? Jeez. Whoa, I didn't expect that. You could give some money to Wellington, mate. Hey, Bismarck's just completed the Kremlin. That's the thingy, the order specific one, so we couldn't have built that even if we wanted to. But you may have noticed that the thingy, the caravans that were like, what's the name of them, camels before, have now changed into trucks, because we've gotten far enough in time that that's kind of happened.
In nothing do men more nearly approach the gods than in giving help to men.
Right, you go do a trade mission for us, because why not? There's nothing I can really take I even want with this anymore. What would I even spend it on? I suppose just happiness. Yes, you may have noticed we have 62 happiness. Like I said, happiness with Gandhi is basically non-existent. Like, you're never really going to run out of it. So that's kind of why I went with him for this very first one, because happiness is actually a little bit awkward, so it's better to kind of show the game off without needing to worry about that first, and then I'll show why you need to worry about it later. It's also, because of the difficulty we're on, we started with, how much was it? Oh yeah, we started with 9 anyway, so we were always positive 9 happiness, so we were always kind of safe to begin with. Sorry. Sorry. You know I don't mean it, I just want everyone to be loving and peaceful mates. I mean, I'm Gandhi, you know, peace, woo. 1946 is the current year we're on, was President Gandhi. We need 4 more turns, and 1 more turn with the Ottomans, and 16 turns of England, and we win. So let's give ourselves yet another piece of great work of art. Nice. The Tower of Babel. Stop complaining, everyone. I just want to spread love. Yeah, so this has been like just a nice, gentle, relaxing game. Let's just dump some points into the international games. You know what, screw it, just research, I don't want to have to worry about anything now. Wealth, 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 there you go, and finally wealth. Yeah, with 1 star I don't even want to bother using any abilities anymore. 1 more culture and we win. So yeah, this has just been like the easiest, well not the easiest obviously, like the normal difficulty of the game, just a general show of how the game will be played if you kind of come to it, you know what to expect. We went with the easiest thing, which is tradition, like playing with just like 1 to 4 cities like this is absolutely the easiest way to play the game. It's just like really simple, you only really have to worry about a few things, you're barely micromanaging anything. Everything's pretty straightforward. I don't even want anything that's going to cause a problem, guys. There you go, no one hates that. I suppose we should work on the international games. It's worth a diversion, that. Yeah, so, you know, because when you play with like just 1 city to 4 cities, you like, for example, the things when you need to have a monument in every city to be able to make like the national wonder, it takes out all of those problems and stuff, because you only have to worry about a few cities. You're not making like 20 to 30 cities and then needing to find which one you need to build what in to make something else, and it does get a little bit hectic and annoying and a bit confusing, well, very confusing if you have to deal with that many things. So doing 4 cities like this is really just a simple thing, especially if you keep them all close to each other like this, and then we kind of defend each other. Like, you are at a bit of a disadvantage to someone like, you know, if Germany here, if they made even more cities than they have now, they would have a better advantage than we would have with those 4 cities, because eventually liberty does overpower tradition if you're only going to make a few tradition cities. You can always decide, oh fine, you can have gold, I don't need it anyway. You can always decide to keep making, like, there's no limit on tradition. Like, you can make other cities, it's fine, it's just that it kind of works best with only a few. Because you kind of need to make the cities big to make good, so you would need to make the new cities big as well. So you got tradition, which is all just about, you know, winning this way sort of thing, just by having a few cities that are really powerful, having everything in them.
Only within the moment of time represented by the present century has one species, man, acquired significant power to alter the nature of his world.
You know what, Sydney Opera House. Stop putting that in there, we're not going to get it. Now we got an archaeologist. So yeah, tradition is kind of like the easiest way of just doing it, especially as a new player, and it's also probably the most powerful way until you really do get deep into liberty. Because liberty has a huge brick wall in it. Like, happiness in liberty is a problem, and that's why I want to show that. I don't really know how to properly deal with it, but I kind of had a game the other day. I had really bad happiness problems, and then I was able to solve them, and so it was interesting. So that's a good thing to kind of show, is how liberty has to deal with happiness and its unhappiness issues, because it has a lot of them. You go give some more food. Honor and like warfare, it kind of depends on the civ you play. Some civs are better at fighting in different periods of the game, and then if you do it during that period, then obviously you're going to have an advantage. You can peter out of it, like Attila for example. When you are past the ancient and classical age, he does start to fall off, so if you haven't made a lot of conquests by then, you're kind of screwed. Oh, the Incas have gone freedom. Like, people like Elizabeth never really become outdated as long as if you could do naval combat. Like, having city-state allies is always a good idea. You just be able to win the game by doing that. Let's get some gold. Let's have some wealth. So then you can kind of win the vote. Like, the vote's about to come, like, in the next age, when more of these, when either I hit the next stage or more of these hit the age I'm on, we'll be able to vote on a world leader. I'm going to win the game before the world leader vote even comes, so I'm never going to have to worry about it. But obviously, if you can survive that long.
You have achieved victory through the awesome power of your culture. Your civilization's greatness, magnificence of its monument, and the power of its artists has astounded the world. Poets will honor you for as long as beauty brings gladness to a weary heart.
Well, and we won. I wasn't even keeping track of the turns, so yep, we just became dominant, influential over England, and that was the last civ we needed. So here at the end, this info will just tell you what victory type you did. So this was the tourism victory, basically. This is everybody's just like, you know what, screw fighting, let's go look at India, because India's amazing. Also, this music currently playing is India's war theme. I think you did hear it earlier when we were in that fight before. So here's a demograph. We were top literacy, top approval, that means we have the most happiness. Top in soldiers still, all entirely due to that final army we made, just to make sure no one came to war with us. Number 5 in land ownership, because we didn't actually bother to expand much, we just had our 4 cities in our little corner of the map, but to be honest, that's how tourism plays best. Gold, wait, I don't even know what GMP is, I think that's gold gain or something? Wait, I don't know. Oh yeah, 1 million gold, okay, yeah, so we're number 3 on that. Manufactured goods, we didn't have the top production. Top production was definitely Germany, and that's what I mean by Liberty can outvalue you if you play tradition, because he had enough cities to have a better production than I had. He had over almost 100 production more than I had, and that's incredible. That is why Liberty is so amazing, because of its sheer production power, if you actually start to get a lot of cities. Crop yields, yeah, we had the most food by far. And population, obviously us, because we're Gandhi. Oh, we were Hamubari. When Marduk sent me to rule over men, to give the protection over right to the land, I did right and righteous, and brought about the well-being of the oppressed. Yeah, we couldn't have got August Caesar, because we weren't playing on a high enough difficulty, I don't think, and stuff like that. And to replay, this will show us where it'll tell us, for example, when we found things that happened, Golden Age on turn 17 in England. I don't even know how we managed that, but okay. Turn 381, Gandhi achieved with a cultural victory, 4 hours, wow. This is going to be a pain to edit. Oh yeah, this game, it is a long game, but it's very good. Here's some graphs where you can kind of see what happens, the general score graph. We started off a little bit low, but yeah, we just got out of hand, ridiculously so. Let's look at population. 3 per turn. Actually that high. Do we have population? Happiness. Oh wow, England? Really? No, wait, that's not England. Germany's happiest. Wait, what? I thought we were. I don't know. Population. Top. Even though Germany was kind of close, because they just had a sheer number of cities. Like I said, we only had the 4 cities while they had loads of them, so that's why they're still very good, despite the fact that obviously they had smaller cities. And here, finally, is the map. This is always interesting to watch. You can just watch this play for itself. So yeah, as I was going to say, war, it can be tedious, but it can also be stupidly effective. Like, if you have a continent game, if you can own your continent before you meet the other continent, you're pretty much guaranteed to win, because you have an entire continent to play with. Like, war is incredibly effective if you can get it to work. But as you saw with Germany, he sent all those troops at me and he failed to do a thing. And all those troops took time to produce and gold to maintain, and he just wasted all of it on me. So if you can't do well with war, if your war fails, then you're putting yourself at a huge disadvantage compared to everyone else. So that's always worth noting. So this is us, the dark green up here. So yeah, you can also just take ownership of, like I said, we didn't actually get to the world leader vote because I won before that happened, because I had enough tourism for it, and they couldn't protect against my tourism well enough, so they never could have won from the vote. So the only way they could have beat me there was to wipe me out, because they couldn't have got a science victory, because the science just didn't go deep enough for anyone, even myself, to get near it. We didn't even start the Apollo program, which is actually needed for the science victory, before you even make the ship. So yeah, and there's also a victory for ending the game by running out of turns, because it is actually a turn cap on the game. I've never got that victory. Like, it's never happened, because I don't know how you'd even reach it. Like, you'd really have to somehow screw up, like, everybody in the game for no one to even get a science victory that late. I don't see how you couldn't get a science victory before, like, you run out of turns. I don't know how that would happen. But yeah, that's Civilization 5 anyway, and that's the first of the games where I'm just going to show you basically what the game's like. So next up we're going to show you Liberty. I'm going to do a match of that one and record it. And you can get to see the problems that come from unhappiness, because There's going to be a lot of them, and I might also throw in some war. It depends on what happens really on the game, which is pretty much this game in a nutshell. This game is all about what happens. You can go in there with a goal, like my goal was tourism victory, maybe diplomacy all along with this, with Gandhi. So the other one is going to be, I don't even know what victory I'm going to do, frankly. I'm going to end up finding out. Probably not a war victory yet, because I think I want to save that one. But I'm definitely probably going to think about war if I need to do Liberty better, because having an entire continent is fun. So yeah, we'll go into our next game later, so until then, be lovely to each other, and have fun conquering your civs with tourism, because everyone loves a good culture.